If I traded it all, if I gave
Welcome back. Now, this next segment is going to be really, really interesting. And when I say this, it's not only, it's a little bit of a weird subject, but at the same time, it happens to almost every kid out there. And then, of course, the family could get it, too. I have with me Melanie Jones, and she's the owner of Professional Lice Mom. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Carol.
I told you before you came on here, I have always wanted somebody that does this because I saw that out there years ago, and I thought, wow, what a great idea. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, let's apologize first to the listeners for making everyone scratch their heads. But I help families through the nightmare of a lice infestation. I want them to get their lice-free life back as soon as possible.
Okay, let's talk about lice, all right?
Okay.
Right now, everybody is in school, and the kids get it so easily. How does that happen?
Okay, so there's a few things going on that are contributing to the prevalence of lice. Number one is that head-to-head contact. That is the primary way lice is spread. So the kids are at school, they're hugging each other, daycare, after-school programs. The more kids are together, the bigger chance there is that they're going to spread it. There's also the fact that they're more head-to-head these days because every single one of those kids has their own electronic device. And they're all sitting next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, head to head, looking at games, apps, even teenagers now doing selfie photos. So this is going to spread lice.
But they jump.
They do not jump.
They don't jump.
That's
How
one
do
of the
they
myths.
get there?
They crawl, so it has to be that head-to-head, hair-to-hair contact, and they just crawl from
Do
one
you
head to the other.
suggest that they wear their hair back?
Absolutely.
Okay. How about this? I got a couple of people in here that don't have much hair. Okay, I'm just going to say it that way. But let's say this, because I know that once you have the lice and they bring it home and they get infested, that everybody can get it. And I'm just going to ask, just because you guys all said, well, I saw you, feeling your head because you don't have much there, but can it also be with somebody who has a little tiny, tiny bit of hair up there?
They can technically survive on anyone that has at least 1/8 of an inch of hair.
Just wanted to say that, okay, everybody out there that's listening.
It's rare, though, so.
Yeah. Okay, here's what we want to do. You have a product, okay? Yes, you can help them. You can go to their homes, but you have a product, and that you have, and we want to talk a little bit about it,
Yes.
because that's what we're here for today.
This is my big baby.
Let's talk about your baby. Go ahead.
Okay, so I learned very fast when I started doing in-home lice removal that families on average are struggling with current over-the-counter products, and it's a struggle that goes on for 2 to 3 months.
Tell me about it.
No
I
one has
remember.
time for that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I wanted to get all the products I had access to as a lice professional and into one kit for the family. My kit treats up to 4 people, and I use all natural products. There's no chemicals, no insecticides. And most importantly in that kit is the absolute best lice comb on the market. And that's your number one tool for successful lice removal. That comb also turns into your best form of prevention because you can use it on your kids once a week to do very thorough head checks.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open the lines up to the audience, and we are going to offer everybody to get entered in to win this lice kit. And it comes with several things. There are, 6, 7 things in there?
Yeah, so everything I use is, as a lice professional, is in this kit. So you have your accessories. There's a rat tail comb to help you with sectioning, hair clips for the clipping up portion of the sectioning, my 2 natural treatment products, the lice comb, and some preventative spray. So it's not only treatment, it is also prevention.
Now, I also want to mention that you can get this product on Amazon.com. You can also get it at some of the pharmacies out there that carry it as well.
In Maricopa County, there's some independently owned pharmacies. I try to spread them out, but everything can be found on the website, and it's an easy one, professionallicemom.com.
And here's what we're going to do. We have our lines open here. And, again, if you have kids, if you have grandkids, if you have cousins, it doesn't matter. Everybody could get this. And I'm telling you, it doesn't just stop when they're just children, and I'll tell you why. My daughter ended up working at a camp, and what do you think happened?
She got lice.
Oh, my gosh. Thank God they were keeping her up there, but still, it happens, and it can happen, and it can really be hard on the family. So here's what we're going to do. We're entering everybody in to win. This is a $50 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And not only just if you get the lights, but then preventative. I mean, even if you haven't yet, you should be using this comb.
Yes.
Go ahead. Talk about the comb.
All right. Instead of being reactive, you should be proactive. Don't wait until you get lice to get on a prevention plan. If you can use preventative sprays. Preventative sprays are just that, though. They're preventative. It is not a fail-safe. It's kind of like when we put DEET on ourselves to keep mosquitoes away. Yes, it works, but sometimes we still get bit. So using your preventative spray, keeping the hair up is definitely going to be helpful, but your best form of prevention is doing those regular head checks.
You can check it out at professionallicemom.com. You can also call her direct at 602-402-4147, and you can call in here and get entered in to win this. It's got 7. I'm going to count them, but it's about 7 products there. And again, they're her products, and the number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone should have them, especially if you have kids. Everyone should have one in your home. Okay, I want to go and talk to you about lice. Okay, first of all, why is lice such a problem?
Okay, so back to that head-to-head contact that we have with our kids and the spread of lice. Number 2, our schools. As a child, I'm sure, got regular head checks. I know I did. And that
didn't do that. I think they just let us itch. No, I'm sorry.
Well, that doesn't happen anymore. And unfortunately, it's not It's not the school's fault. Public schools have become very lax on their lice policies, and because it causes long-term absences, and that in turn is going to cause a loss of federal funding, and they really rely on that money. So that's a second reason. Schools aren't really staying on top of it as much as they used to, and then we have the resistance issue to over-the-counter products.
Yeah, let's talk about those over-the-counter products for a second before we go to super lice. But the over-the-counter products, first of all, what they do to your hair.
I know.
Oh,
they're
my
so harsh.
goodness. Go ahead.
So, over-the-counter products, your big ones are Nix and Rid. And then you have your off-brand, but it's all the same stuff. And that's one thing people don't understand.
What makes you different?
Well, mine are natural. The Nix and Rid, the active ingredient in there is a chemical insecticide called permethrin. That was designed to get into the nervous system of the bug and basically short-circuit it, paralyzing the bug so they couldn't feed and they couldn't mate. This would stop the process. It's not working anymore. You have super lice now.
Wow. Tell us about super lice.
So super lice is not a new species of lice at all. I don't know why they gave them that scary name. But what has happened over time, we've been using permethrin for over 20 years. So the bugs have mutated, and it's blocked access to the nervous system. So the chemical insecticide doesn't do what it was designed to do anymore.
Right. And I have to tell you that it took it was refused to cut my daughter's hair because it was gorgeous. It is gorgeous, I should say it that way. And I just didn't want to do that. And I must have sat there for hours and hours and hours. But here's the thing. Sometimes people don't realize that they have it, right?
On average, I see that it takes families 2 to 3 weeks to figure it out. You know, they're looking in there at first, and maybe they don't know what they're looking for, and they're not seeing anything, so they start treating maybe with dandruff shampoo, and then all of a sudden it sneaks up on them because it's so visibly noticeable at that point.
And once they start moving around.
Right, you can feel the creepy crawlies.
Again, our lines are open here. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, I want to talk further about this because there are some things that you can do. We also want to talk about your products. They are natural, everybody. They're natural, which is awesome. And they're her products. You can get them at Amazon.com and also a couple of pharmacies that has them. But we're entering everybody into win a kit. It's a $50 value, free to you. It's got a knit-free Terminator comb, which you got to use every day, with or without lice. She's got a knit and bug removal mouse, right? Mousse. I'm sorry. And it's a lice cure. She's got also rat tail combs, hair clips, all sorts of prevention mint spray. Our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everybody's getting entered in to win. It's a $50 value, free to you. And guys, I think everyone should have one in your house just in case So 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's professionallicemom.com. We'll be back in just a minute.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back. Now we're talking about lice. We're talking about lice and nits. Nits. Okay. And, well, what we were talking about at the break is that people, obviously having the products is a great thing to have, but also knowing how to use them is also very, very important. Melanie Jones is the owner of Professional Lice Mom. She can come to your home, but she is right now today talking about her products. These products can be gotten at Amazon.com, also at the pharmacies. We have our lines open here. I'm going to let everybody call throughout the rest of the show for this. Grandparents should have it. We had people here in the room here just say, hey, I would love to have something like that just because they have grandchildren. Classrooms should have it, right? Anybody at home should have this. So it not only for if you get it, but also for the prevention. Thank you. So, again, our lines are open here. This is a $50 value, free to you, 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100, and you're going to get this. And let's talk about the instructions. Go ahead.
So I gave everyone in the kit all the tools I use, but you also get my knowledge. So I tried to make the directions for use as simple yet specific as possible. There's picture examples of how to do a head check using the comb, how to properly use your comb, how to apply those products, how you should be doing your sectioning. Also, what to do around the house is included. There's also tutorial videos that go along with the do-it-yourself kit. So there's a password on the back of the kit, and you can access videos of me doing a treatment on my website.
Okay, and the website is professionallicemom.com. And I want to talk about now the products, okay? First of all, what's the first product that they use?
The first product that's going to go on is the mousse.
Okay.
The mousse is an enzyme, and its main function is to loosen the glue that the knit is attached to the hair strand with. This reduces the tensile strength, so the amount of strength that it takes to remove that egg, by 50%. So when you're using the mousse in conjunction with the best lice comb on the market, you're going to get results. And you want to get everything out. We really focus on manual removal. There's nothing magical you can put on someone's head to make it go away. You need to work on getting it out.
Okay, so that means picking it with your fingers? Just asking.
You can go back through and do it that way if you have a...
Or you're talking about this
My
the
lice comb is going to do that.
Let's talk about this comb because it's very different. Go ahead.
So what's different about my comb? The teeth are longer. They're also thinner in diameter, so they really move through the hair easily. There is micro-etched grooves on the teeth to help grip onto those eggs and get them out. It's stainless steel. It can be used on the entire family. And like I said, it's not only the best tool for treatment, it turns into your best form of prevention.
Right. Now this, you have to go out on the website to see what it is, because when you go, if anyone's ever gone to the drugstore to buy the lice removal shampoo or whatever it is called, it's a worst comb I've ever seen in my life. It breaks. It's nothing.
I have to tell people all the time.
Why do they do that?
Right?
I'd rather pay another $1.
Right. Not all lice combs are created equal, Carol. There's actually comparison studies that have been done by universities and different companies. And unfortunately, the ones that come in those kits have some of the worst ratings on the market. Your mid-level combs, which are your metal combs that you can still get in drugstores, a little bit better than that one that comes in the kit, but nothing compares to my comb. My comb is 200 times better than the comb that comes in Rid, and 100 times better than your mid-level comb.
Now, also you get with the kit, besides the mousse and the comb, and you get all sorts of things.
Yeah,
go ahead.
so
and it's natural. I want to say it
yeah.
again. Say it's natural. Go ahead.
It is all natural. So the mousse goes on first, and you do your comb out process. I follow up after the comb out process with the lice killer. My goal is to comb everything out, have the families comb everything out they can, and if something was missed, we put on the natural lice killer, which is an essential oil blend. So it's tea tree, citronella, eucalyptus, and lang-lang oil, and it also has a natural grain alcohol in it. That's going to go on, and families are going to comb through again with that product on that might give you one more chance to get a bug out if you've missed it with the combing, because it's going to detach and you're going to take it out.
What about the mint spray? What's that?
So that's a preventative spray. There's so many natural herbs that help prevent the spread of lice. It helps to repel them. They don't like the scent, and it helps to mask our scent. So peppermint, lavender, rosemary, citronella, lemongrass, they're all great things to help repel lice.
Okay, now our lines are open here, and everyone who's calling in is getting entered in to win. It is a lice and knit kit. And the products can be gotten at Amazon.com and also a couple of pharmacies. But we're going to let everybody call in and get entered in to win a $50 value. It's free to you or someone that you know. And again, if you have children, if you know anyone with children, they should have it. Everybody should have it. And even if should you do something like this, more so like, even as you say, preventative, maybe once a month, even if you don't have lice?
Not to use the product. They are natural, but everyone reacts to things differently.
What about the comb?
The comb, absolutely. I ask my families to use the comb once a week. If you're checking your kids Friday after the school week, if one of them has picked it up, you're going to catch it before it has time to start spreading to the other kids or mom. My moms have a 50% chance of getting it from the kids.
So, they sleep in our beds.
And it's a great thing to have, because if you're getting those notices saying, hey, lice is in the classroom, then use the comb on Wednesday and Friday.
It's not just classrooms. It's also when they're at their different events that they do.
Yes.
All sorts of things.
Yes, extracurricular activities for sure. Dance. I go into dance academies all the time and have to do head checks because it just starts spreading like wildfire.
It sure does. And again, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And interesting enough, some people, my child got it from somebody else, a cousin that slept over, and funny enough, her mother was a nurse and did not say anything. Isn't that weird?
There's still that stigma attached to head lice that
they don't want to say.
It happens because you're not clean, or it happens to poor people. Lice actually prefer clean over dirty. If we're dirty, we become oily. They glue those eggs to our hair strand near our scalp because they use the heat we emit to incubate those eggs for them. And that optimal range for incubation is about an inch away from the scalp. So if you're oily and glues that egg in place, it is more likely to slide out of that incubation range. So it is preferable if you're clean for that bug.
Yeah, you could check them out at professionallicemom.com. Her phone number is 602-402-4147. Our lines are open, and I'm going to let everybody call in throughout the rest of the show also for this. You get entered in to win. It's a $50 value, free to you. And even if you don't use the products all the time, the comb is the best thing. It's the comb is a key. That should be your tagline. There you go. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, being that they are natural, when somebody is to use this product in there, the guy's scratching his head in the back. My producer back there. So that's really funny. Yeah, it happens. But anyway. So the other thing is that how long does it? If somebody does, sometimes they see the little. Obviously, the nits is it first?
Yes.
Okay, before they see the creepy crawlers.
And this is the thing. A lot of the times people don't see nits unless the hair color is really dark or really light, because people think that they're looking for white.
What are they looking for?
Well, nits are white after they've hatched. So you can you can think of the nit as the eggshell. The egg is actually inside that eggshell, just like any other egg. But as that bug is incubating and growing inside, it's actually brown in color. And once it leaves that knit casing, you're left with an empty white knit casing. So you're looking for little brown specks attached to the hair strand near the scalp.
Okay.
A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to use really bright light. Well, that's just going to cast shine all over the hair. You're going to be squinting against that bright light. So you want to check visually using indirect sunlight. I usually take a comb and start making part lines from the top of the head down to the bottom of the part line. You're going to open that hair up, and you're going to get a good visual of all the hair from top to bottom. And you're looking for those little brown specks attached to the hair. They do have somewhat of a sheen to them, so that's why using that indirect light is the best.
Okay. And also, when somebody does use the treatment, is it one treatment that they need, or how many treatments do they end up using?
So I have designed mine to be one and done. A lot of the others, you're going to have to do a treatment, and they want you to do a follow-up treatment 7 to 10 days later. And this is where a lot of people fail. You're going to let things hatch again. I have my families do follow-up combing. That is step 5 in my treatment. If you're using that lice comb every day after you've done the best you possibly can treating, it's going to be the simplest thing to do to make sure you get every last little bit out. So I have my families use the lice comb for about 10 minutes a day for 7 days after treatment.
Okay, and again, it's all natural. I love that about it. And there's several different products. And of course, the comb is the key. It is very different. It is nothing that you could get like what you get in the stores, in the drug stores. And again, you can get it at Amazon.com. You can also get it in some of the pharmacies. But we're going to let everybody call throughout the rest of the show for it. It's a $50 value free to you. It's a lice and knit kit. And you can also check it out at ProfessionalLiceMom.com. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100.